Hi, so I prepared this video to give you an update about your investment, no, and what happened in general with the Philippine stock market and its performance. So this video is actually for two groups of investors. So I have clients invested in our single pay, which has an insurance component, and the others is just invested in mutual funds, no, which is a purely investment product of Sun Life. Okay. So for my mutual fund clients, so you receive an email notice last August. So, if ano lang naman, if invested kayo with the following funds, okay? Yung Achiever Funds, Dollar Abundance, Dollar Wellspring, and Government Securities Fund. The reason behind this notice is that Sun Life will stop receiving new subscriptions for the following funds, no? Pero if you want to keep your money in these funds, pwede naman. Sun Life will continually manage this, no? It's just that hindi na lang kami kukuha ng fresh funds, no? I think one reason behind it is that because of the circumstances right now, the design or the strategy of the fund, hindi na siya magpo-perform well, no, as expected, no? Kasi ang fund, ano yan may strategy yan. They have to stick with it, no? Pinapa-approve yan si SEC, no? Kung magbago man yung circumstances, wala sila masyadong room to deviate from that design, no? So ang gagawin nila, we will create a new fund na mayroong strategy na gusto namin or na maganda sa panahon ngayon, parang ganun, with the circumstances we have now. Okay? So yeah, so the solution really is to just transfer your money to another or other funds that we have. Okay? So yun, there's nothing to worry naman about this matter. Okay? Kailangan lang natin siyang i-switch to other funds. Now, this slide shows you the all-time performance of the Philippine stock market. Actually, hindi siya all-time performance. No, starting 1987 lang naman. No? Yun lang yung available na nakuha ko sa Apple. So, pagtingnan natin yung graph from 1987 up until today, nag-appreciate naman yung ating investment. No? Nag-perform naman si Philippine stock market. No? Nag-gain tayo. Okay? For better appreciation, tingnan natin yung numbers. No? So here is the historical index. Okay? For easier appreciation, let's just assume na yung index is money. Okay? So let's say si 1987 index is 511 pesos. No? Kung i-compare natin, I prepared this kasi material ng August. No? So the index ng August is 6,200. No? Ibig sabihin, yung 511 natin, nag-appreciate siya, naging 6,200. No? So, nag-gain tayo ng malaki. Okay? So, ito another way to see it. Kung nag-invest tayo ng 100,000 noong 1987, it is now 1.2 million. Okay? Ng 2025. No? So, this is the story. No? Pag long-term performance yung tinignan natin ng Philippine stock market. So, not bad naman, di ba? And itong slide na to, nakuha ko lang siya sa analysis ng fund managers namin nung last na investment update namin. No? So, itong red, si Philippine stock market yan. I just want to show you, na-impress din ako na there was a time ng Philippine stock market, siya yung top performing stock market in the world. Talo natin kahit US, kahit Japan. Ito, nandito tayo 2011, 12, and 14, tayo yung top performing market, no? Kahit naman dito, top 2 tayo, okay, for 4 years. No? Kita nyo yung iba, hindi naman din ganun kaganda. Parang ang ganda nga ng performance ng Philippines up to at least 2014. Okay? Pero, anong nangyari? Ngayon, medyo stagnant siya, medyo flat yung performance. So, yun, pag-usapan natin, bakit nangyari yun, no? But it's just good to know na in the past, nag-perform naman yung ating stock market. So, yung graph ko kanina, ang pinapakita ko doon, all-time performance, simula nung start, 1987, up until today, no? Nakita niyo naman na pataas yung graph, di ba? Pero, pag ang tiningnan natin is the recent 10-year performance, past 10 years, meaning starting 2015 up until today, medyo walang naging growth masyado. Flat siya, no? Tingnan natin in terms of numbers. So, 2015, ang index noon is 7,098. highest historical index natin was ng 8.9. Nangyari siya noong January 2018. No? Tapos, biglang nung pandemic, nung lockdown, March 2020, bumagsak yan ng 5.2. No? Ngayon, starting that, simula nung bumagsak siya ng lockdown, hindi na tayo nakabalik sa dating levels niya. Okay? Kaya naglagay ako dito ng parang cut-off. Kung starting 2020, no, magkano na yung highest na inabot ng ating index is only 7.4. Hindi na tayo nakatungtong ng 8,000 and above, unlike before. Okay? So in terms of money, kung may nag-invest ka ng 100 noong 2015, naging 125 siya ng 2018, bumagsak siya ng hanggang 74 nung lockdown, and highest since the pandemic, 105,000. So yan yung kwento ng past 10-year performance ng stock market. So, focus tayo dun sa period ng lockdown ng pandemic na what happened. So, syempre bumagsak nga yung Philippine stock market. Ganun din naman sa US, bumagsak din sila. Okay, anong reason? Syempre yung disruption sa business because of the lockdowns and the global economic uncertainty during that time. Pero ang difference, tayo, bumagsak tayo ng pandemic, hindi na tayo nakabawi. Naging flat na yung performance ng stock market ever since that time. Pero sa US, nakabawi naman sila, no? So ano yung reason behind that? Number one is our weak currency. Kasi half of the investors of the Philippine stock market is from foreign investors. So, kung mahina yung currency natin, they fear na, okay, kunwari mag-invest sila dito, kahit na mag-gain pa sila, no, pag nilabas nila yung pera nila, pwede sila mag-lose in terms of foreign currency, parang hindi worth it yung risk, no. So, hindi sila nag invest dito. Okay? So, kaya, hindi robust yung trading sa stock market natin, kaya wala masyadong nangyayari, walang catalyst, no? Kaya hindi tumataas, no? Naging stagnant siya. Okay? Plus, of course, money will go to where the growth is. No? Kung saan kikita ng pera, syempre doon pupunta lahat ng global investors. No? Yung tech companies, healthcare, like yung vaccine manufacturers, yung AstraZeneca, Pfizer, and communication, walang ganyan sa Philippines. Nasa abroad lahat and nasa US karamihan. Okay? Kaya sila, nakabawi sila. Okay? Tayo hindi. So, yun yung reason. Okay? Ito yun yung reason kung bakit yung sa mutual funds, yung ibang funds namin, i-end na namin for new subscriptions. Okay? Because of this scenario. Okay. So what is the solution given the circumstances we have now, no, sa Philippine stock market? The solution is to diversify to global funds, no? Okay, ito sinummarize ko yung performance ng top 3 global funds namin. Ang laki nila. So ito sa mutual funds, 20% as of today. 1-year return lang yan. Ito yung counterpart niya sa single pay, 16.49%. And si World Income sa mutual fund din to, balance fund kasi to. So, magkahalo to na stocks and bonds na global, no? Kaya moderate risk, moderate return siya. Kaya talaga mas mababa siya dun sa equity kasi ito purely equity itong dalawa. Okay? Pero ang difference nito, si World Income Fund, meron siyang payout. Meron na rin kaming fund na may payout. Meaning, nag-earn ka na through appreciation, tas quarterly, may binabalik na sa'yo. Parang nakukuha mo na yung gains mo, yung interest mo, kumbaga, quarterly. May payout ito. Okay? So, ngayon, okay, the solution is to diversify to global funds. No, nagpo-perform kasi siya. Okay? Kasi, syempre, as an investment company, yun naman yung goal namin eh, is to make your money earn. No? So, nandito yung earnings, kaya in-encourage namin na to switch to this type of funds, no? But kahit ako, ang dami kong tanong sa fund managers nung ni-roll out nila to. Okay, so my first question is, no? Okay, kung sasabihin nyo na magsuswitch kami to global funds, it would also mean that we will realize the loss in the Philippine funds, especially kung nasa equities. Okay? Ang answer ng fund manager doon is yes. No? I-summarize natin siya. So, number one, we would realize the loss. The answer is yes. Bakit? But yes ang answer nila. Kasi that is the only way to experience the benefit or the advantage of being invested sa fund na nagpa-perform. No? So, ang next question ko doon is, okay, sige, I understand that. Ganun talaga yung mangyayari. No? Hindi, or pwede kaya na hindi ba ipapaantay mo sa akin na tumaas muna yung PSEI or the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, yung mga pinapakita ko kanina na numbers. Para kahit pa paano, lumiit man lang yung losses nila. Konti na lang yung hahabulin natin. Okay? Antayin ko ba yun? Antayin ko kaya? No? Para hindi masyado malaki yung loss. The answer nila sa akin is no. Bakit daw? Kasi kung aantayin natin na tumaas si Philippine stocks, matagal siya kumpara sa nagiging growth na na-experience ng global funds. Okay? No? So, yun yung answer doon. Pero, ako, ang forecast ng Sun Life, forecast lang po ito nga ng Sun Life. Ngayon kasi, as of today, ang index is 6.1. No? Ang forecast nila, by the end of the year, 3 months away, pwedeng umakit up to 6.5. No? Pwede ka naman nating antayin yon. Actually, option yun naman yun, choice na yun. No? Basta after ko ibigay sa inyo tong investment update and yung um, update sa personal investment ninyo, then just message me. Pag-uusapan pa po na. Marami pa tayong pag-uusapan. Okay? Basta ako, general, ano lang tong ngayon, update. Kumbaga, and just to help you to understand what happened. Okay? So, yan. So, sabi ko, hindi kaya kailangan mag-wait kami. Ang answer nila sa akin is no. Mas mabilis kasi ang growth sa global. Mapag-iiwanan tayo pag nag-antay tayo sa Philippine stocks makaakyat. Okay? Meron ba akong question? My third question to them was, hindi kaya masyado ng mataas yung value ng global funds para kami ngayon pumasok? No. Kasi kung ganito kasi siya, drawing lang po ako ng maliit na graph dito sa baba, ano. So, 'di ba, yung stock market kanina, yung all-time performance pataas siya. What if, no, oo, mataas nga, nagpo-perform nga sa global. What if dito na kami mag-i-invest? Masyado na naming mahal mabibili yung shares or yung units, no? Meron pa bang room for growth pagka ganon? Yun ang isang concern ko. Okay? So, ang answer nila is no. No? Iba talaga yung nagiging drive ng AI industry. No? So, sa next slide, meron akong uh, more information about it. But as of now, so yun ang sinasabi nila. No? May room pa daw for growth. Okay, so yung third item is okay to enter global funds even if mataas ang values nila. Okay, so yan yung mga considerations eh. But I understand kanya-kanya kayo ng mga iniisip or gustong strategy or questions. Sige, pag-usapan po natin yan sa one-on-one natin. Okay? After yung gusto ko lang kayong bigyan ng time na mapanood to, makapag-isip-isip what you would want for your investment. Kasi iba-iba po tayo ng circumstances, iba-iba tayo ng goals and ng needs. So, magiging iba-iba din talaga yung approach tsaka solution, no? Ito general ano lang siya approach. So, dito po sa other matters, no, kasi kanina basically in-update ko kayo what happened, no, parang pinaintindi ko lang, ano ba nangyari sa Philippine stocks and ultimately sa investments niyo po. Okay? So, ito naman, meron ako mga gustong i-share na updates and strategies din na iba pa. Okay? So, number one, first bullet point is timing. Sa investments po, especially, kahit naman whether stocks or bonds, may timing siya. Meron siyang magandang timing to enter. Okay? So, bago ko kasi i-share sa inyo, tinry ko muna sa sarili ko. Okay? Kasi pwede, ginagawa naman to ng mga nag-invest talaga sa stock market. Pero tinry ko sa managed funds, katulad ng meron kami sa mutual funds. Okay? So, ang ginawa ko lang, last year with my own money, nag-aantay lang ako pag bumababa si index, pag bumabagsak siya. Kasi remember, nabanggit ko kanina, it's 6-1 as of today. Ang forecast ni fund manager, 6-5 by the end of the year. Pero since pandemic, alam nyo, madalas ko nakikita yan, bumaba yan hanggang 5-9, tapos malaki na yung 6-7. Yan, dyan siya naglalaro, no, since pandemic. So, pag nakikita ko na, yung index, nakikita ko 6-2 and below, naglalagay ako ng money. Okay? Pag nakita ko yan, kahit 6-5 lang, hindi ko na inaantay yung 6-7, 6-5 lang, nire-redeem ko siya. No? So, with that strategy, in 8 months time, nag-earn ako parang, nung kinumpute ko, parang nag-earn ako ng 1% per month just by doing that. Inatay ko lang yung mababa, pasok ako, pag tumaas, exit. Okay? But, yun nga lang, because of the performance of global funds, mas malaki pa rin doon. No? Ito, pwede nyo lang gawin if you want a part of your money to be invested still in the Philippines, pwede nyo itong gawin. Okay? So, yan. Next is global funds. Ito na, to expound further dun sa answer ng fund manager sa akin na, okay pa, may growth pa yan, may room for growth pa yung global funds kahit medyo mataas na siya ngayon kasi nga nagper-perform eh. Kasi alam niyo po, edi, bago ko mag-share sa inyo ng strategy, gusto ko munang matry, ino-observe ko din muna. Okay? Kasi hindi biro, kasi pera nyo yun eh. I have to be sure, no, bago ko mag-advise ng kung ano. So ito, ginawa ko muna to. Okay yan. No, kung sa Philippine stocks, okay po yan. Pero, siguro mga end 2023, magta-try na sana ako dun sa global funds namin. No? Pero nakita ko nga mataas. No? Ang pagkakamali ko, kinumpare ko siya sa Philippine stocks na up and down. Na bumababa talaga na mababa, tapos mamaya tataas. Unfortunately, sa global funds, hindi nangyari yon. Yung nakikita ko na mataas dati, hindi bumababa until now. 1.5 year after na siguro yun. Okay, ngayon. Hindi siya bumaba. So, mali ko yon. Na-miss ko na yung opportunity ko to earn. No? Sana isa ko sa mga tao na nag-earn ng 20%, no, in 1 year. No? Kaso hindi ako nakapasok. So, yun yung downside, no, pagka tinatime yung market. Okay? So, again, ang sabi nila, too high na ba? No, concern kasi talaga siya. We often hear clients and advisors hesitate when an index is at an all-time high because of our experience with the Philippines, no? Pero sabi nila, this rally is not hype. It's backed by earnings that keep growing year after year. Add to that the AI revolution, no? So yun talaga yung nag-boost ng performance ng global stocks. Plus the expected interest rate cuts. No? Kasi pag bumaba si interest, mas mabuboost ang economy kasi madaling mag-borrow. Okay? So yung mga businesses, mas madali sila makaka-borrow ng money at a low cost. Okay? So yan sabi nila, may room pa for growth. So it's okay to enter even if it's high, even if the index is already high at this point, no? And yun nga, actually, ano yon, na-experience ko talaga yon, no? Hindi ako pumasok, natataasan ako, but, ayan, hindi siya bumababa. Okay? No. Ang third update, nabanggit ko kanina, di ba, this update is intended for two groups of investors. Si single pay investors, which is under siya sa aming insurance company, which is Sun Life of Canada Philippines Inc. No? And for my mutual fund clients, okay, which is under Sun Life Asset Management Company Inc. Last July 15, nilaunch namin ang aming bagong company, which is Sun Life Investment Management and Trust Company. Or, this is our UITF company. Di ba yung mga banks may UITF din sila? Basically, same din siya with SLAMC. No? Ang difference lang nila, si mutual funds governed by SEC, si Slim TC governed by BSP. No? Bakit nagtayo ng UITF company si Sun Life? Ang sabi, I think, maybe one of the major reason, no? Kasi, nung last update namin, no, nagsalita yung president ng SLAMC, na yung buong mutual fund industry, parang walang growth. No? Stagnant sila. Because mainly, matagal yata mag-approve si SEC ng fund. So imagine kung merong naisip yung fund managers na strategy na gusto nilang i-launch to be available for clients after a year pa, no, bago ma-approve. No? So minsan, nawawala na ng significance yung strategy o naluluma na yung strategy bago pa nila ma-launch. No? So, sa BSP yata, mga it takes 3 months lang to get approved. No? Kaya, ang dami-daming different funds na available pag under ng mga UITF companies. Kasi madali lang magpa-approve. So, yung isa sa reason. Okay? And number two, or maybe minor reason lang or advantage lang siguro na nagkaroon kami ng UITF is higher money market returns kasi may access sila sa BSP bills which gives a higher interest, no? So, for those of you who have money market funds, I really suggest and advise na kung nasa slums yung inyong money market, ilipat natin, mag-open kayo ng account sa Slim TC kasi mas mataas, although konti lang naman, pero sayang pa din yun, no? Mas mataas, nasa 4.2 in a year. Money market lang yan na ang returns sa money market. Okay? So, lastly, yung sales load. If you remember, for my mutual fund clients, meron tayong sales load na front end, meaning pagka-place nyo ng pera, charge ng 2.24%. No? Pero anytime you exit, wala nang charge. And back end, meaning upon placement ng money, walang charge. Full amount of your money was invested. But if you want to redeem within 5 years, may corresponding exit fees. Pero diminishing naman siya. No? 6 year onwards, wala nang charge. Okay? So ngayon, wala na to. No? Kaya, mas maganda na rin gawin ngayon itong investing ulit. Ito lang actually, ulitin ko para lang siya sa Philippine stocks. Hindi siya applicable ngayon sa global kasi pataas lang ng pataas ang global. Okay? So, maganda na gawin yan kasi wala nang charges na iisipin. Anytime you can go in and go out of the fund. Okay? Wala nang sales load. Pero yun lang yung, starting lang siya sa July 15 onwards na um, subscriptions or investments. And now, after, ngayon naintindihan na natin what happened, ba't ganun yung value, ganyan, and the solution, no? So, magpapadala po ako sa inyo ng update about your investment mismo. So, may ilalagay ako doon na different amounts. No? Ito yung ibig sabihin ng amounts po na ilalagay ko doon sa update. Number one, ang makikita nyo doon is the highest value of your investment historically, which is yun yung nangyari noong January 2018. Okay? Para naman gusto ko kasi makita nyo din na hindi naman siya laging mababa or hindi naman siya laging loss. No? There was a time, ang ganda, ang taas ng kanyang value. Okay? Tapos, nilagay ko din yung value 2 months before lockdown. Kumbaga, ito yung time na business as usual pa, no? Wala pang lockdowns. Magkano yung value? Okay? And then the value during the lockdown kasi ito yung time na bumagsak talaga siya ng mababa. Okay? Tapos, syempre bumagsak siya ng lockdown. Ano kaya nangyari a year after the lockdown? So ilalagay ko din yung value nun. And 'di ba nabanggit ko na since the lockdown, nahatak na pababa yung ating stock market, hindi na tayo nakabawi or nakabalik sa dati. Okay? So, kaya nilalagay ko magkano na lang yung highest value since the pandemic. O, noong 2023, ito yung highest value. 2024, ito yung highest value. And of course, the current fund value, kung ano yung fund value nung araw na isisend ko sa inyo yung investment update. No? So, yan po yung ibig sabihin ng mga values na makikita nyo. And gusto ko din maintindihan nyo bakit ito yung mga napili ko na ilagay na fund values doon. Kasi I just wanted to see ano ba siya historically? No, hindi lang siya lagi mababa. Ito siya, na meron siyang pinagdaanan kumbaga, no? So, yun yung kwento. Okay? Basta ano man yung value niyan, meron naman tayong solution dyan. Pag-uusapan natin, i-assist ko kayo, no? Kung anong magandang strategy depende sa needs po ninyo. Okay? So, yun. Thank you for listening.